Bye.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him.
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
So many young people are tuned in and waiting for everything
happening now.
The holidays are here in San Antonio. Health officials are telling us how to keep yourself and loved ones safe during another pandemic Christmas. That's coming up.
As we approach winter again, many people wondering if we'll see a repeat of the February freeze and all of the power and water issues that went along with it. We talk with SAWS and CPS officials about the steps they've taken to make sure you're not in the dark.
We have a few noticeable changes headed our way. I'll be back to talk about those live from Windcrest, Texas, the city of lights, along with some beautiful light displays. We'll see you in a bit. News at 5 starts right now.
And first at 5, 3 students are dead, 8 others recovering. A 15-year-old suspect is in custody.
This after a shooting at a high school in Oxford Township, Michigan. It happened this afternoon at Oxford High School. And here's what we know so far. The 3 students killed are a 16-year-old boy and 2 girls, ages 14 and 17.
2 of the wounded are undergoing surgery. 6 others in stable condition. It is unclear what led to the shooting, but officials there are looking into social media and talking with students to try to get to the bottom of exactly what happened. Back here at home, a meeting with city and health officials just wrapped up at City Hall. Their message is clear. Get the vaccine to protect your family from COVID this holiday season.
Our Lee Waldman is live right now. Lee, as we're making plans to gather in homes to celebrate the holiday season, there is concern about those who are unvaccinated spreading the virus.
Exactly. While our vaccination rate here in the city of San Antonio is higher than the national rate, the concern is the fact more than 1 in 3 San Antonio residents is unvaccinated. Mayor Ron Nirenberg, alongside Bexar County Judge Nelson Wolf, and health officials stayed on message. Increasing the number of people vaccinated will prevent us from having another holiday surge like we saw last year. While the Omicron variant is a concern, Dr. Claude Jacobs says, unlike the emergence of the Delta variant, we have a tool in our arsenal to protect ourselves and others.
It's nothing new in terms of our strategy, but it is to remind folks in the spirit of the holidays, take added precautions, vax up, get your booster shots, mask up, and celebrate safely.
Dr. Jacobs says he doesn't have a crystal ball to know exactly how this pandemic will end, but he says one of the best ways that it will is by utilizing the vaccines we have at our disposal. Live at City Hall, Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Lee. Meantime, the CDC now stepping up efforts to track the Omicron variant in the U.S. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky saying today that they are expanding a surveillance program to the busiest U.S. airports.
They'll be increasing testing for specific international arrivals to identify anyone entering the United States with COVID-19. The White House press secretary adding today the best line of defense at this point, like we've all been hearing, is getting fully vaccinated and getting your booster. She says if there is a need to tweak the current vaccines available, they will respond accordingly. Right now, there is no evidence of the Omicron variant in the U.S. Tonight, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office identifying the 59-year-old cadet who died on his first day of training. According to BCSO Kevin Rue, died yesterday after he suffered a medical episode during a physical exercise. Authorities say Rue was beginning to feel shortness of breath and was allowed to rest. Soon after he lost consciousness, he was taken to Methodist Hospital, pronounced dead just after 5:30. Rue will be receiving full honors. A funeral service has not yet been announced.
An update now on a double homicide over the weekend. A man found dead outside of a Northwest Side apartment on Saturday, now identified. He is 41-year-old Remo Mathis. He was found Saturday morning at the Seven Oaks Apartments on Danny K, not too far from Wurzbach and Babcock Roads. EMS was called to the complex for a report of a man down. Paramedics found Mathis dead at the end of a stairwell. Officers then found a woman dead inside of an apartment. She has not been identified. There's no known motive for these killings, nor is there a suspect. Police say they do have enough information, though, to investigate it as a homicide.
A woman sent to the hospital this afternoon after police say she was shot by a man believed to be her ex-boyfriend, rather. This happening in the 3300 block of West Gerald. Officers at the scene say the woman and her new boyfriend coming out of a house when the ex-boyfriend drove by and allegedly shot at that house. The woman grazed in the neck. She was taken to the hospital, expected to be okay. At last check, that suspect got away.
San Antonio police also looking for 3 men who they say took off running after shooting a woman in the back. This happened near Lion Street near North Zarzamora, not too far from Woodlawn Lake. Investigators say that the 3 men approached her truck and then said they were looking for someone, and then they fired shots. She was hit in the back but still managed to drive to a safe place before calling police. The suspects ran from the scene, and at last check, they have not been caught. Investigators say that woman is now in critical condition.
A man killed in a high-speed crash on Saturday has been identified as 52-year-old Juan Jose Quinones. He died around 11 Saturday night after police say he was speeding with his headlights off on Highway 90 near the Zarzamora exit. Police say Quinones hit a metal barrier while he was trying to change lanes. His vehicle then caught fire. He was pronounced dead at the scene.
Jury selection beginning today in the trial of a former Minnesota police officer who shot and killed a 20-year-old man during a traffic stop this year. You might remember this case. It was the killing of Daunte Wright, and it sparked protests all across the country. Today, more than 200 potential jurors were briefed and questioned about the case. Several jurors have already been seated. Wright died in April after Officer Kimberly Potter says that she mistakenly fired her gun instead of her taser. She had stopped Wright for an expired tag while she was training another officer. But during that traffic stop, Potter discovered that Wright was wanted on a misdemeanor warrant. The fatal shot captured on body cam video.
What I'm hoping for is some type of justice, her to be held accountable for what she did.
Potter now charged with first and second degree manslaughter. Prosecutors argued the 26-year-old police veteran's actions were criminal, and she was trained not to make these kinds of mistakes. Opening statements could start as early as next week.
After Texas froze in February, a fire was lit under San Antonio's 2 city-owned utilities to ensure the powerless, waterless days that customers struggled through aren't repeated. Garrett Berger checked with Saws and CPS Energy about how prepared they are should Texas freeze over again and what it could mean if it does.
Following the unprecedented power and water issues Texas and San Antonio saw in the February freeze, a city advisory committee made numerous recommendations on how Saws and CPS Energy could improve their emergency preparations. Today, utility officials told a council committee they are progressing through those recommendations.
From a water service perspective, we are in infinitely better shape than we were last year.
Among its improvements, Saws now has more pumping stations protected from most rolling blackouts, so there's less chance of them losing power and you losing water.
If we get into that extreme an event, we probably will have a limited number of people, but nothing like we saw during the early events.
Overall, CPS Energy says it's added more circuits into its load shedding plans, so more people will share the burden if the utility has to resort to rolling blackouts. That way, an unfortunate few aren't getting hit over and over with hours-long outages as happened in February.
So in a Uri type event, our modeling shows that we would have average customer would have a 15-minute outage followed by 15 minutes of power.
Whether or not the utilities or their customers have to cope with rotating outages again still comes down to the overall stress on the statewide power grid. Fortunately, though, long-term weather predictions at the moment indicate we are unlikely to have a similar freeze again this year. I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Let us pray that is the case. From preparing for colder days, though, to celebrating Christmas, the city of Windcrest known for going big when it comes to holiday decor.
Yeah, December 1st tomorrow. Families are soon going to be flocking to that neighborhood all month long. Our Adam Caskey joins us live from Windcrest with a weather preview and a peek at all there is to see in that great neighborhood. Adam.
Oh, yes, and there is always a lot to see and always changing every year. There's always something different, especially at the houses with the big displays. You come by annually, you say, oh, hey, that's new. Those are new. Oh, look what they did to that. And so we're on Balfour Lane right here in Windcrest. And of course, this is my friend Santa Jim's house, and we'll show you some of the decorations in a bit. I want to get to the temperatures outside right now, and it's perfect if you ask me. We're right around the 70-degree mark. 76 currently in Eagle Pass. We're 71 in West Kerrville. Currently here in Windcrest, we're at 72 degrees. And overall this evening, it's not going to be as cold as the past few nights. The temperatures aren't going to drop off as much, but get ready for a few other factors that will impact your morning commute tomorrow. And then even we'll talk about some rain chances with a little shift in our pattern in just a few minutes. We'll see you in a bit.
Thank you, Adam. The Bexar County Commissioners Court today approving more funding for Txdot's HERO program.
Our Samuel King joins us now about that. Samuel, Txdot says that the drivers and truckers have made a difference on the area roadways.
Stephen Ursula's study from the Texas A&M Transportation Institute found the HERO program's response to incidents has prevented 95 secondary crashes, the total cost savings of more than $7.1 million. HERO stands for Highway Emergency Response Operation to crews clear minor crashes from roadways and assist motorists with things like flat tires and battery jumps. Txdot says the public's response has been positive. One person calling the crews guardian angels with beards.
We get them every day. Most people are very thankful. They get them back on the road, and there's no charge for this at all to anyone.
Commissioners Court approved kicking in $550,000 for the HERO program. The city of San Antonio also partnering with Txdot for the funding. On the highways this evening, this is Loop 410 at McCullough. You can see westbound there. There is a crash there. A pretty serious one there, in fact, so that is impacting traffic there. So heading from 281 to I-10 right now, 9 minutes. Ursula?
Thank you, Sam. The Federal Trade Commission wants to get to the bottom of the supply chain issues, and they've given some big retailers a deadline to hand over some crucial information about it. What they're trying to find out and how it applies to you, next.
I'm Stefania Jimenez, and we want you to stick around because here are some of the stories that we're working for you on for 6 o'clock. You know, so many of us have felt depressed, stressed, or anxious in the last year and a half, but there's no reason to go through that alone. At 6 o'clock, we're going to talk about a pilot program that's helping families at the South San Antonio Independent School District because it's made quite a difference. Listen.
Since August to now, we've got 250 referrals for students for mental health.
Also, she herself came from Afghanistan, and now she's doing something to help her fellow countrymen and women in San Antonio feel right here at home. We're going to talk about her effort and how you can help. We'll see you for those stories and so much more when we see you at 6 o'clock.
Thanks, Stefania. The Federal Trade Commission questioning 9 big companies about their supply chain issues.
Yeah, the FTC requiring Walmart, Amazon, Kroger, Procter & Gamble, Tyson Foods, and Kraft Heinz, among others, to hand in information about delayed and canceled orders, increased costs and prices, and what they're doing to alleviate disruptions. Each company has 45 days to respond, which means the FTC could learn more about what's causing those issues come January. The goal is to figure out whether disruptions are leading to any shortages, bottlenecks, or anti-competitive practices, or part of why consumer prices are rising. All right, we've reached the end of November, and after a month of scruff and raising money for cancer research, the men of KSAT, myself included, received a much-needed shave this morning. This year, the KSAT team, my Beard brothers and I, raised more than $20,000 to go towards cancer research, treatment, and prevention. It's a topic that has impacted each team member in some way. And while the month is almost over, you see Mark Austin's mustache there?
Well,
what was left of it.
away.
Yeah, there is still time to donate. We'd still love to have you donate to our cause. You can do that right now on KSAT.com.
So even though the beard's gone, we can still donate till midnight.
Yes, exactly. And thank you to the people at Henley's Gentlemen's Grooming for taking care of us.
They spoiled you
They
rotten.
spoiled us. That's absolutely right.
Our KSAT community partners, meantime, are still collecting shoe donations for the annual Share the Shoes drive. You can drop off a new pair of shoes, any size from toddler to teen, at any SAPD substation. Your donations benefit Good Samaritan Community Services, and you can read more about that effort right now at ksatcommunity.com.
It is the time of year. Live cam outside as the sun sets. That means the lights are about to come on in Windcrest.
And it's gonna light up the skies there. Pretty.
Adam Caskey joins us live now.
Always.
Oh, he's got a sleigh. That's appropriate.
Yeah.
Handmade, yes, handmade sleigh. Actually, everything you see out here pretty much has been handmade by Santa Jim. And every year come out here, I mentioned you see a few new little elements, and we've got Olaf's little sneezes. That's one of the newer elements. Also the Believe sign over there. Let's go on this way. And I am here because this is part of the annual light up event, which technically starts on Saturday, but the judging happens tonight. I'm honored to be a judge again this year, and the theme is a kaleidoscope of colors. And of course, it's still bright out right now, but come 6 o'clock, and then especially at 10 o'clock, we're gonna have some very bright and fun displays for you. Let's talk about the weather before we get into more of this. And I want to talk about how just beautiful it is right now. Short sleeves, long sleeves, whatever you want. You'll be okay right now. We're at 70 degrees outside at the moment. Dew point of 48, a bit of a southerly breeze. And that southerly breeze is going to increase the humidity tonight as our temperatures drop. So the current temperatures across our area still mostly 70s. I mean, even near 80 Cotulla and Pleasanton, and some upper 60s in the hill country. But the key is the dew points. They're not bad right now. It's comfortable outside, but they'll be rising through the night. You're not going to necessarily notice the stickiness, but as that dew point and that temperature meet, that's going to mean some fog. And I think a little earlier than usual, we'll have the development of fog. Let's get to the forecast. Full screen so you can take it all in here. Clear this evening, just some high thin clouds, which will give us a spectacular sunset. Temperatures dropping, but not significantly. We'll be in the upper 50s at 10 o'clock, midnight about 56, but becoming foggy. I think even by 10 o'clock, our live shot here for the night beat, I think there will be some areas of fog at that point and at least a heavy dew on the grass. So here's our future cast in terms of visibility. Reducing this evening through midnight. And then by the morning commute tomorrow, we're talking dense fog likely in parts of our area with visibilities possibly under a mile. So let's transition here to the overall weather pattern and what it means for rain chances. Don't get your hopes high. We have several days in a row of rain chances, but right now, the odds are looking fairly slim. Big upper level disturbance over the northern Baja Peninsula. That's thrown some of these high clouds our way, which gave us a beautiful sunset yesterday evening, another nice one today. But it's also going to kick a little bit of energy our way, some rain making energy, but nothing too impressive. We don't have all of the ingredients together right now in order to generate widespread soaking rain, but we have some opportunities. So tomorrow morning, damp and foggy. By the afternoon, we'll have some sunshine. 54 in the morning, mid-70s by the afternoon, not much of a breeze. Thursday, pretty similar, mid-70s. Notice those morning temperatures back in the lower 60s by Friday through the weekend. That's when you're really going to notice the humidity. Back to that sticky, muggy feeling outside Friday through Sunday. And Friday is when our rain chances begin. And it's just a 20% daily Friday all the way through the early part of next week. So again, nothing to get your hopes too high, but a few brief showers, brief thunderstorms are possible in a somewhat unsettled pattern, but not exactly all that active in terms of giving us good rainfall. And we could use it. We could use it around here. All right, this wraps it up from Balfour Drive. Always fun to come by here, especially once the sun sets, everything lights up. And just something to note if you plan on coming through and driving through Windcrest this season, that the lights usually shut off by about 11 p.m. So shortly after sunset, all the way through about 11 p.m. is a good time to come. And one last thing, You have to be an elf of Santa Jim in order to cross the barrier here. You have to have spent time in his shop, okay? Try to stick to the streets, everybody. Do as I say, not as I do here, all right?
Well, you're one of the elves.
Yeah, he is an elf.
I am, yes.
Yeah, I think I can see you kind of Will Ferrell-ish. Elf kind of thing there.
Kind of a bad elf.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the Spurs right now. And for the first time all year, we can say they are on a winning streak.
Yeah, and now we wait to see, can they extend that when they hit the road for a West Coast road trip? When we come back, we'll show you how they were able to beat Boston first, and of course, most recently, Washington last night. And C.D. Lamb tells us he's coming off the longest week of his life. He'll explain coming up. After a season-long 6-game losing streak, our San Antonio Spurs have put together their first win streak of the season with back-to-back victories against the Boston Celtics on Friday, last night against the Washington Wizards. The Spurs use their defense to fuel their offense. Derek White comes up with a big-time steal, gets it ahead of DeJounte Murray. Back to Keldon Johnson for the one-handed jam. Spurs tied after one, 20-all. White keeps the Spurs in this game with a pull-up jumper, but still trail 51-45 at halftime. White then heats up in the third quarter, draining this triple to give the Spurs a lead, 69-66. Murray drives the lane, gets the floater to fall, and the Spurs lead now expands to 5. White strikes again, this time stopping under the basket to draw the foul from former Spur Davis Bertans and banking it in, the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Spurs outscored the Wizards in the third quarter, 39-27, lead 84-78 going into the fourth. No letdown in the final period. Bryn Forbes hits a three that puts the Spurs up by 10 as the Spurs outscored the Wizards in the fourth, 32-21. White finishes with a team high 24 points, DeJounte with 22, and 10 rebounds in the 116-99 victory.
I mean, obviously, you don't want to start 2 at 10. I mean, I had good looks. I just missed them. I was leaving them short. But, I mean, shout out. I mean, DJ got me an open 3 to start the third, and then KB hit me in the corner, and that kind of got me going. So just getting those 2 looks to finally go down and then start rolling from there.
He just got to be aggressive. You know, he could shoot it, he could score it, but he's also a smart basketball player. So the thing for Derek is just staying aggressive and keeping that confidence in himself. You know, he works so hard, and even every single day he comes in and works hard every day. So he just got to be aggressive. I'm not surprised. You know, that's the type of player he's capable of being, you know, every night if he's just confident and aggressive.
All right, road trip starts Thursday in Portland.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Dallas Cowboys lost another player due to positive COVID test. The latest is rookie Nashawn Wright, who will now be out for Thursday night's game against the Saints in New Orleans, along with tackle Terrence Steele. Head coach Mike McCarthy will also be sidelined, but the Cowboys will be getting some critical players back, including wide receivers Amari Cooper and C.D. Lamb, who had to sit out the Raiders game after suffering a concussion in the loss to the Chiefs.
It was tough. I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better than I did, obviously, last week, but it felt like the longest week of my life for sure.
I believe, by the way, the worst concussion, though, I've ever seen in the NFL, Tommy Kramer, Monday Night Football, the former Lee High School star, when he was a quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. That was tough to watch.
Very true. Thank you, Greg.
We'll be right back. Thanks so much for watching the News at 5.
World News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.